Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm David King,
I'm Fred Cilbrith.
and welcome to Keeping It Real. Normally, guys, we come on this and we have a good time. Unfortunately, today, or tonight, I should say, we're here to talk about tragedy that happened, not here in America, but affect everybody all over the world. The attack that happened in Paris, France. First of all, we, as people know here in America, we had similar attack on 9/11, 2001. And for this to be happen, to hit the Paris, France is always a symbol of hitting all over the world, not just in France, over America, anywhere you live. It affects us all. Freddie and myself, looked online, and we're gonna read you guys some of the details on on what happened, and it was very tragic, and you guys be the judge on what you think about this kind of stuff that happened. So I'm gonna hit it over to Fred at this time.
I have the article on my phone, folks. This article comes from CNN. It says, investigations into a series of terrorist attacks that killed more than 120 people in Paris, moving forward with people taken into custody and two of the gun-wielding suicide bombers identified. ISIS is claimed responsibility for the massacres in a statement. In response, France has carried out airstrikes on targets in militant organizations' stronghold in Syria. One of the kidnappers or hijackers is named, Sammy M. Moore, age 28. He lives in Paris.
So he was one of the kidnappers.
Yeah, he was identified earlier this week.
I'd rename him Sammy Moron. But how many people you said again that were killed?
120.
120, and we want to send our condolences to everybody in Paris and to all 120 people and their families who lost their lives as well. Our condolences from all over the world goes out to you guys.
There was also 352 wounded, including 99 people that were left in serious condition. Serious
critical condition.
Yeah.
And we hope they get well soon. Like I said, Freddie, what is your take on this?
I was shocked. I came home from work. I'm hearing about Paris, France, and I know why I want to go to Paris after I get my master's degree and stuff. But I was like, what's happening in Paris? And it wasn't until I looked it up, I was like, oh, geez. This actually happened. And, I'm just devastated.
You're not the only one. Normally, I'm full of words, but it's almost hard to put in words. These people, they feel some type of way because other people around the world are living their lives freely and enjoying what life is all about, and that's living. But there's some people that are just wake up and they are just bitter to the core because they don't like our way of life here in America. Our friends in France, they don't like their way of life, or anywhere that people have an opinion or live freely and live their everyday life. Some people just don't like that. Look, everybody's entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to take away people's lives.
Yeah.
Okay? If you don't like something, then that's exactly what politics are. You vote them out. You don't gun them out.
Right.
If you don't agree with something, or you just leave. You leave the country.
I watched a little bit of news that night, and it said that one of the theaters in Paris was taken over by the two gunmen, and there were bombs going off or something like that.
Wow.
In Paris, there's
at a movie theater.
In a theater, not a movie theater, an actual theater.
Oh, sorry, in a theater. Once again, these people are living their lives. Yeah. They're going to watch entertainment, no matter whether that was a movie theater or a theater.
Right.
And once again, They have to lose their life. This takes us back to 9/11 here in 2001. You have people going to work in the World Trade Center, going to school as we were at the time, and people lost their lives just going to work.
Right.
And people that were getting on their air flight going wherever it is that they were going, lost their lives on that plane on 9/11. And now, just about 14 years later, now you have this happening in Paris, France.
I mean, I'm totally devastated. I can't believe this actually happened in Paris, and my heart goes out to the entire Paris community, and I hope they can grow stronger from this.
I mean, that's one thing that terrorists are idiots, that they don't understand. And yes, I said it, they're idiots. They don't understand that what doesn't kill you make you stronger. I'm sure this united their country, Paris, France, but this also unites the globe itself.
Right.
I never understood as a kid, as a young man now, what did terrorists get out of blowing the world up? I mean,
I don't know, Dave.
There's nothing positive going to come from it, because let me tell you something, I'm an American,
right?
But I'm pretty sure that when this happened here, we catch you be put on trial, and then probably put to death. I'm sure if they're caught in Paris, the sentence will be still death. You cannot stop the free people way of life. I don't care what country you're in. I don't care if you live in Paris. I don't care if you live in America. I don't care if you live in Canada. I don't care if you live in England. Wherever you live.
Right.
You don't like something. Listen, you don't like something. It's not the days of King Henry. We don't just off with their head because we don't like something. And much love to the UK. But these terrorists really feel like they're going to gang something from all this.
I mean, my question is, Dave, what's the motive behind it? Like,
the motive for them is always the same, no matter what country they do it in, where they do it at. Money, power, and control, which is not going to work.
No.
But, Fred, when you're reading that, did the president of France, or whoever's the ambassador of France, did he have anything to say in that article? Or do you know by any chance?
I don't know.
Because I heard about this tag. I was at work just like you were, and I didn't really know a lot about it until I went on Facebook, and I'm trying to figure out why does everybody have the Paris flag on their background. And it wasn't until I heard about, the attack that happened in Paris, and as you can see, the Eiffel Tower, which is a beautiful monument.
Yeah.
Beautiful monument.
It's half the reason why I want to go to Paris.
Paris is the city of love, not the city of getting blown up.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to find what.
I mean, that's fine. Said. I can imagine he must be very upset.
I mean, I could tell you just by reading the small paragraphs, the security in Paris, France, or all around France now is like tight.
Oh, I would imagine everywhere, not just Paris,
Cops
France.
Everywhere in France.
Not just everywhere, not just in France. I'm sure everywhere. That's why I just said, going back to what I just said, terrorists are such idiots that they don't realize that just puts everybody on notice. So you hit one country, that puts the entire globe on notice.
Yeah.
It's like a giant red button. And once you do that, now, okay, what do you think? You're going to just go over? But you know what? They will try.
I mean, I was watching something yesterday because they've had live streams on YouTube and all over the internet and on TV. Mm-hmm. They have one corner of where the attack took place, a memorial for everybody that died there. And the amount of flowers that's on that corner in Paris is astronomical.
Oh, I believe it. But rightfully so. I mean, rightfully so. There was the same thing for 9/11 here. And listen, was the terrorists, was they Frenchmen?
I believe so.
Hold up. Hold up.
The guy that I mentioned earlier is French.
It's French. Hold up. Yeah, bear with me, folks. The guy that terrorized and did this is a Frenchman.
Yeah.
You blew your own country. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to ask Francisco. I mean, what kind of country?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm lost for words. You have a guy who's from Paris trying to terrorize Paris. And what's his motivation?
I don't know. I mean, just
His
go.
mom said no.
I mean, going through the article, Dave, reading it now, there were AK-47s involved.
AK-47s.
Yeah.
Is there anything up here? Bear with a second, folks. Is there anything up here that tells me why was his motivation?
No.
You are a Frenchman. I'm an American. That's like me going to terrorize my own country, and I'm an American.
I don't know, man.
I mean, let's really be real here. This is ridiculous. You know, it was not really a joking matter, and I apologize. But folks, how dumb how does that feel? How dumb can you be to terrorize your own country?
Yeah.
It's one thing that we're dealing with terrorists all over the world, but it's right here in your own backyard.
Right.
And this person is not like, okay, they came in and they're a visitor. No, they live in this country. They were born in that country.
Yeah. Not to mention, Dave, I am French on my mom's side because my grandfather is actually French.
We're gonna have to discuss now. I mean, you might have to get me a plane ticket. But you know, I just see, and that makes it even worse. So why would you, like I just said, if you don't like something in your country, maybe he did it because, he didn't like something in his country. Maybe he didn't like the politics. That's why you vote him out. But you don't put innocent people's lives in danger.
But my question is, Dave, why does it always come down to politics?
I mean, we'll have to save that for another day, but politics rules the world. Let's just put it like this. Everything around the world got something to do with politics. But even so, the people have power over the politicians. The people vote these people in. We could vote these people out. Bottom line. But my thing is, it's even sadder when somebody right from your home country does that. And I hope they find this guy. And I hope they give him the punishment that they deem necessary or worthy for what he did. Because you don't put innocent people, like I just said a couple minutes ago, in danger. Just because you don't like something or whatever his issue or his purpose was. There's no point to that. There's no need for that. So Fred, you go to work and then you lose your life because you're trying to make an honest living? No. Well, it's similar to these people who as you can see, the beautiful Eiffel Tower lit up. Beautiful. But like I was saying, these people went to a play or show and lost their lives for nothing. Because some idiot and company want to grab some guns and go chitty, chitty, bang, bang to prove nothing. Because nothing has been proved.
I still can't understand it, dude.
I can't understand it. The terrorists act like, okay, well, people are going to get scared and give us what we want. No, people are going to get scared, but people are just going to fight back. Nobody's going to let you come in their country and just have your way with them. And yes, I say that as an American. And yes, sometimes as an American, so we kind of, jump overseas sometimes when we shouldn't. But it's always for the good of the people. It's never to really change their way of life. Right. But we're talking about terrorists who are trying to stop your way of life.
Right.
Okay? We're not talking about somebody that coming in and say, can we change this or that? No, they want to stop everything you do. So you can bow down to them Yeah, and they really think this is okay. And I'm not pointing fingers. You know, I know when we say terrorists, people always think, oh, you're talking about those who are, Pakistani, No, because terrorists can come from anywhere.
Right.
Terrorists are just a group of people who ain't got nothing better to do, but once again, stop your way of life. And terrorists can come from any parts of the world. Because I know a lot of people, the first thing they say, oh, well, it was people from, Iraq and Afghanistan. It's not necessarily true. And people have to stop assuming that it's the Iraqi people because they are not bad people. Just like our country, just like in Paris,
Right.
there are people within the country that just sour. They're just sour. There are just people in the country that are sour that ruin it for the good people of that country. And I know it's been said that the French and the Americans haven't all got along, but I don't feel that the French people are bad people, and not all Americans are bad people. But no matter what country, you do have bad people,
Right.
in those countries. You ain't gonna stop that. But what does need to stop is all this terrorists. Innocent kids, innocent people do not need to lose their life because you don't like something or agree with something.
Right.
The whole purpose of living is living. No matter how you live. And I'm not one to get up here and judge about how you live and your beliefs and what you don't believe in. That's perfectly fine with me, what you do and do not believe in. That's the world we live in. That's what God gave us the brain power and the voice to believe or not believe in, including him himself.
Right.
But he didn't say, and there's nowhere in the Bible that says blow up people and all will be well. No. You're killing your fellow man. I don't care what part of the world we live in. We're all one people.
It's never about the good of thy neighbor.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, people always like, well, they're different than us. They may speak different than us. They may have an accent better than us. But if I cut you, would you bleed?
Yeah.
Okay. If I cut a person from India, does he not bleed? If I cut a person from Africa, does they not bleed?
Right.
And we all bleed the same color.
Right.
Because your blood ain't green, his blood ain't blue, and her blood ain't purple. It's all the same. It's not a sci-fi movie. Yours ain't going to be different.
Right.
And people, well, once again, those people, they don't look at it like that. They feel they're going to achieve the bigger goal. Rather that is some religious beliefs or just drunk with power. Literally, we have a lot of that in the world. Going back to your question about politics, a lot of people are just drunk with power. They don't like what this politician says, so they feel they could do a job better. But instead of going the easy way, they have to take coward way and take people with them to prove point that they're superior. That's like me just, choking you, be like, I'm superior. It's not gonna prove anything.
Right.
I feel that these people are cowards. They're heartless. And they don't deserve to walk the same streets as good people, good citizens.
Right.
And I'm talking Paris, France. I'm talking here in the United States. I'm talking all over the globe, from the UK to Africa. You hear that a lot over in Africa. They're fighting their own people. Needs to stop. You live in the country. Every country, I believe, all goes by one rule. We should all be united as one within our country. Meaning, if you're American, I'm an American. It shouldn't matter about our color. It shouldn't matter what you dislike about me. We should be one because we are part of that country.
Right.
Same thing in Paris, France. Same thing in Africa. Same thing in Italy. Same thing all over. We are one. But since the beginning of time, as history will show, a lot of our biggest terrorists come from our own country, men and women.
Right.
You know, from the Romans fighting the Romans, from the Americans fighting the South.
The Crusades.
Right. And like I said, from the North fighting the South right here in the United States. What has it proved?
Nothing, folks.
It hasn't proved nothing. and that's been the key tonight here on this show. That all of this that these terrorists are doing, rather you come from another country, you come from, Paris, France, you are proving nothing. You are making yourself look ridiculous. And you basically are signing your own death warrant before it is time for you to go. But hey, if that's how you want to live your life, that's your business.
Pretty much.
But don't take nobody else with you. Look, if you're not happy with your life, then, like I said before in other shows, I'm not saying commit suicide. But if you feel you gotta take somebody out, then take yourself. But don't take innocent women and children and men with you. And like I said, this is keeping it real. I don't care if they don't like what I got to say. Because what I'm saying is the truth, and what I'm saying is it goes out to everybody who lost someone, not only in Paris, France, but all around the world.
Right.
Okay? I'm not gonna, you're not gonna silence the good people.
No.
Yeah, you may took all those innocent people and they may lost their lives, and may they rest in peace for that. But their country is gonna grow stronger, and their country will live on. So if you think that this was a way of, now I'm overpowering the government, it's not gonna work. You're only gonna put the government more on notice. And they call me disabled. I mean, now that is disabled when you basically want to blow up your own men and your own countrymen and women.
Yeah.
You guys supposed to fight together, not fight against each other. That was the issue. Like I said, right here in the United States, years ago, we had a problem with that. Rather, that was the North and the South, black versus white.
Right.
Had to stop. Because at the end of the day, we're all Americans.
Right.
I don't know what kind of French he is, but at the end of the day, you're a Frenchman. And I don't know, was his partner's Frenchman? How many guys you said was with him?
I think he was one of the attackers.
I know, but how many attackers were there?
2.
2 attackers. So him and one other person?
Right.
Or him and 2 other people?
I think it was him and one other person.
Him and one other person. And the other one, is he a Frenchman?
I'm pretty sure he's a Frenchman.
If the other one is a Frenchman, they should both be ashamed of themselves. Sitting here killing innocent women and children and people, and then running around. And have they been caught?
One of the guy I mentioned is caught.
He is caught. And I believe it wouldn't be on trial now, I believe.
I'm pretty sure the trial's going to take place over the next week or 2 or so.
Well, good. And, I hope he gets, I'm sorry to say, I hope he gets death penalty. Because, friend, you got to understand that normally I don't believe in killing somebody. But if you're going to take a bunch of people's lives, then you don't deserve your life.
Right.
You tell me, so you put him in jail, and you mean to tell me that's the best judgment? No. You had no regard for innocent people's lives, so why should they care about yours?
Right.
Wish I was over there right in the trial. I may not be French, but I'd be right there with him, like pull the trigger. Off with his head. King Henry. I'd be right there with him. Off with his head. We got a couple more minutes on the show. We want to take this time to remind everybody, as always, you could watch this episode and other episodes of Keeping It Real on our YouTube page, our email, and give us your feedback and your opinions on this show and other shows as well. I mean, But Fred, I'm sorry. I've been going off here back and forth.
It's all right.
I wish I could be at the trial. That's just me. I wish I could be at the trial because I'm gonna be right there in the crowd, off with his head. And if this was back in the 1800s, hang him. I'd be the guy in the crowd screaming, "Hang him," or "Hang them." And if I can't say it in French, I'll learn how to say it in French.
We'll keep you updated on that, folks.
Okay, I mean, I just don't feel that that's right. Go ahead. I mean, you're sitting there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know I'm going on back and forth, but
for me being partially French, coming from my family, I mean, France has always been like a second home to me, kind of. Even though I haven't been there, it's always been that kind of atmosphere that I want to go there and see that. So I feel like I'm shocked out of this whole thing. So I'm sorry for everybody in France, and I want to send my condolences to everybody in France.
I mean, for me, I would love to visit France, City of Lights, romance, good food, beautiful women. Would love to visit France, and France is a beautiful place. They have a lot of good people. They have a lot of nice people. But what just happened to them recently, they didn't deserve that.
No, they didn't.
The entire country of France did not deserve that. And I know their founding fathers have to be rolling over in their graves from what just happened.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I am disgusted with what happened. And more importantly, I'm more disgusted that the guys were Frenchmen.
Right.
They were from the country. But Fred, we're coming down to the end of our night here with our show about tribute to Paris, France. Any last words you want to say?
I mean, again, I want to say I'm sorry for everybody in France. My condolences go to you, and I hope you guys get stronger from this.
Very sad. For me, I want to say, guys, I'm very sorry that you guys had to go through that. Like he said, I hope you guys grow stronger. I know Obama is behind the president of France, and the rest of us here around the world and in America are with you guys, and our condolences go to you guys. Closing out tonight, I just want to say we love you guys. Be safe, and God bless. Good night.